Hey guys, so I love to see it. I love to see it. What is it, John? What do you love to see? Well, Roxas for one, but I also love to watch wasteful souls struggle to accomplish something meaningful and fail spectacularly, like they're doing now. Good job. So, HoYoverse boycott fails miserably. Zenless Zone Zero, say that 5 times fast, earns nearly $100 million. So, boycott. Boycott. And when I say boycott, because the people who are doing this are a bunch of fucking kids who don't know what a boycott actually is. This is their boycott. Yeah, it's go free to play, Queens. Yeah, stick it to HoYoverse, Queens. Go free to play. Yeah, that'll really stick it to HoYoverse, huh? That's like saying, I'm gonna boycott McDonald's, but then you're still ordering from, like, DoorDash and all that. It's like, no, well, I'm not gonna give them the satisfaction of me going to the restaurant. So, I'm just going to order it online and have someone else bring it over here for me, because I am not going to give them the satisfaction of me going over there to their restaurants. So, go free to play. Yeah. Yeah. They do realize, these kids do realize that for every 5 people boycotting this game, there's one person who's more than willing to spend the amount of about 5 people on this game. Yeah. There are people who waste entire paychecks on this game. I don't think HoYoverse gives a shit if you go free to play. They don't. They don't care. So this is HoYoverse boycott, and they don't really think about what they're saying. They just want to be as they want to virtue signal as much as possible, because when it comes down to it, it's about skin color. And I'll prove my point here. I think it's safe to actually, I should really give it the Brian Stelter voice. I think it's safe to say that we all have had enough of the erasure of our culture and identities. Today I introduce you all to boycott HoYoverse. We will be in account sharing how you can boycott. Spread the word. Anything helps. I'm sorry, Roxas. Did I wake you up? You want to come over? Oh, look at that face. He's a sleepy boy. What, Bubba? What? You want to come sit with Grandpa? Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Mwah. And there he goes, flopping down. Flopping down. And, so this is where they... There has been a distinct lack of darker skin tones represented in the game. Characters from these cultures are actively being heavily referenced, but are being whitewashed. This is especially noticeable and ever-present in not only Sumeru and Natlan, but in other nations. I'm sorry, what other nations? Sumeru and Natlan are the only nations so far that are inspired by areas that have darker skin colors. Mondstadt, inspired by Europe, Germany, Switzerland, places like that. So you don't see a lot of dark skin colors there. But the food, their clothing, the architecture, the landscape, their customs are all representative of the place that they're inspired by. You have Liu, which is based on China. Even though the skin colors, I mean, the characters there look the same, you can go there and the architecture, the food they eat, their customs, the landscape, all of that represented in the game. And when you see it, you know that it's based on China. You go to Inazuma, and you go to the Grand Narukami Shrine. You see the Raiden Shogun's palace. You see the landscape. You see the food they eat. You see the clothes they wear. You see the customs they have. And you know that it's based on Japan. You go somewhere like Fontaine, and you see the food they eat. You see their customs. You see the architecture. You see the landscape. You see the clothes they wear, and you know that it's based on France. Sumeru. Same thing. You go there, you see the landscape, you see the food they eat, you see their customs, you see the clothes they wear, and you know that it's based on the Middle East. Do any of the characters look like they're from the Middle East? No, but you know that it's the music of the area. That's another big thing. The music in all these areas also representative of the area that they're inspired by. But these people don't care about that, because when they say that their groups aren't being represented, they mean skin color. And it's always skin color to these people. Everything else is being represented, and nicely, I might add. But no, it's about skin color. These practices not only misrepresent said cultures, but also contribute to the ongoing marginalization and disrespect that is perpetuating colorism further in the media, causing even more harm than good to communities and groups of individuals who are a part of them. What? What harm? Oh, I'm sorry. You mean it's hurting their fifis? These chronically online people who care only about skin color or the stupid crap like pronouns, skin color, sexuality. It's harming them because it's giving them anxiety. Does it feel? Are they literally being genocided because of it? Because that's what they act like. Oh my God, I'm not being represented. This is literal genocide. So, who's it causing harm to? People with weak wills and weak minds who, oh my God, this game doesn't represent my skin color. Isn't that right, Roxas? Whatever you say, Grandpa. But, and again, it's like they're boycotting, but then they're saying go free to play. That's not boycotting. That's not boycotting. Which HoYoverse employee got sacrificed to do this? Oh, falling down there, bub. Falling down there, bub. Can I help you? You're falling down. Come here. Come here. Can I help you? Okay. So it looks like they made, I'm guessing, this NPC a little darker, like a tan. I'm sorry, that's still not represented enough. They're not black enough. They're not black enough. They're not black enough. But I it's insane that these people think that boycotting a game means just going free to play. And the fact is, they don't realize that HoYoverse doesn't give a shit. They don't. Because for every one person that boycotts the game, there's one person who's spending the same amount of money as 4 or 5 people. People spending entire paychecks on this game. So you really think they care about the 0.0001% of people who are, I'm gonna get free to play. I'm gonna go. No, they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. You could stop playing altogether, which that's what a boycott would be. Uninstalling the game and all that, and like, oh, we're not installing the game until, you know, HoYoverse gives into our demands. That's a boycott. Not, well, I don't like what HoYoverse is doing, and I don't like the fact they're not properly representing the skin colors of the areas that they're basing these places on. But I'm gonna still play the game, except I'm just gonna go free to play. I'm not gonna give them any of my money. You still realize that the more you play, the better it makes them look, right? You don't have to play the game in order to make the company look good. Just you spending hours playing the game, even if it's free to play, that stuff is logged. So they're like, oh wow, these players are free to play, but they're spending this many hours playing our game. So you really think they care if you go free to play? Come on. Come on. Come on, man. Come on. You guys seriously didn't think this through, did you? You seriously didn't think this through. But it's just, I find it crazy that these people are trying to say that, oh, the culture and everything is being misrepresented, when all they're saying is skin color. It's always skin color. Everything else is being represented. Everything else is being represented. But it's always about skin color. It's always about the superficial shit with these people. The titles, the skin color, the pronouns, the fucking sexual identity. It's all the meaningless shit. These are the people you say, oh, hey, tell me a little about yourself. You know, and I say this all the time. For a normal person like me, it's like, my name's John. I love animals. I love doing voices. I make videos. You know, I work with a 86-year-old woman who has dementia. But for them, it's like, yeah, my name is Kaya, and my pronouns are she, they, and I am a indigenous, and it's just all titles. That's all it is to them. Because these people are so miserable in their lives that this is all they have to latch onto, is seeing themselves in a game, skin color wise, not the fact that their culture or anything else is represented. No, skin color. It always comes down to skin color. And if that's what you people are complaining about, you're going to be waiting a while. Because they're not going to really do anything with Natlon. And guess what's after? Guess what's after Natlon? Snezhnaya, which is based in Russia. So you're not going to get any dark skin colors there. So you might as well just uninstall the game. Truly boycott the game. Uninstall it and don't play. Or as the left always says, just make your own. If you don't like the game, just make your own. It's like with on Twitter, when people are like, oh, well, if you don't like the way Twitter does things, then just make your own social media network. Well, if you don't like the game, just make your own. And you can be as representative as you want. You can have skinny people, fat people, black people. People who are so black that you can't even see any facial features because of how black you've made them. if that's what you want. Because that's also what it comes down to. Even when these characters get color added to them, there's always people who are like, oh, they're not dark enough. They're not dark enough. How dark do you want? Seriously, how dark do you want? You know, you have to remember they're characters. We still need to be able to see facial features. If the character is so dark that, you know, any kind of prints on them or anything is, it's going to be covered up because of how dark they are. Like, how dark do you want these characters? But again, I love to see it. I really do, because it just shows the fact that there's HoYoverse is still making all this money, and the fact that these people are simply just saying go free to play. They're not serious about any of it. They just want the recognition. They just want the brownie points. They want to say, oh, look at me, I'm standing for something I believe in, even though they're not truly fully committing to it because they're saying still playing the game. But yeah, who cares that these regions have the clothes and the music and the architecture and the food and the customs and the landscape all represented? Well, that doesn't matter as long as the people aren't black enough. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.